Well, we got another welder to review right here. So let me see if I can get the camera. You know what? Let me get the camera down and I'll show you the box, and then I'll open the box. Sefaspe MIG200 Pro Master Welder Professional Choice. Imagine that. There's some more information if you want to read it. So let's get this thing open. As you see, I got the everything unboxed. I haven't got the stuff out of the bags yet. Here's the MIG lead. Here is the stick lead and the ground. I'll get all this stuff hooked up in a minute. Here is your gas line. Probably don't know if I'm going to use this one or not, because I got one already hooked to my tank. We'll see. Now, one thing I do like about it is, unlike a lot of machines, it's pre-wired for 220. And most of them come with adapters. Let me get one and I'll show you. All right, most of them come with adapters like this to go from 220 down to 110. That way you can plug this into your 110 outlet and plug your machine into here. I'm not going to plug it in all the way, but you can plug your machine into here and then plug this into a 110 outlet and run it on 110, right? Most of the machines come with adapters like this. Now, I don't know if this is better or not, but this one, this is the adapter. Plug that into your 110. Just on the back, you plug your machine into here. I gotta say, I'm not gonna plug it in all the way because I'm gonna use it on 110. But I gotta say, I like that. I like that adapter better. Don't ask me why. That way you don't have this hanging out of your outlet and the weight of this pulling down on it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me get everything hooked up, and I gotta take a spool of wire out of my other welder and put it in this one because I don't have another spool. Okay, here's some paperwork on it. If you want to see that any longer, pause the video. Comes with a wrench for the tips. Comes with a couple extra tips. It comes with some over there too. I'm sure they're all different sizes. It comes with 0.1, 0.8. It comes with 040. I don't know if you can see that or not, but let me put them down. 040, and this side is 045. That's for some big wire. This is for 035 and 030 knurled. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's knurled. That's for the flux core. Let's get over there to the machine. We've got the wire spool in. All you do is loosen this, take this off and put it on there and put this back on. Run your wire through here. And of course, before you do that, you loosen this up and flip this up. That way you can see right in here. And you got to take this off and make sure you're on the right roller for the wire you're using. I'm using 030 right there. So I got the spool on there, or the roller on there for 030. When you take it off, they say the one that's facing you is the one you're supposed to use. But as you can see, that wire lines up with the back groove. So you got to face whatever you're using to the back, not to the front. Let's see if I can get this back on there. All right. You just flip this down. This is spring loaded. This is kind of spring loaded too. It pushes up in the little slot right there, and you just tighten this up. You don't want this too tight. The spool, you don't want the wire to be able to move, but it can't be too tight because the spool has to pull wire, or this machine here has to pull wire through here. So you don't want it too tight. It put too much strain on the wire, strain on the machine, and it could deform the wire, and that wouldn't be a good thing, especially if you had flux core wire in there. Let's flip the machine on. So the switch is back here in the back, and I've already hooked the gas line to it. And the fan, once it runs for a minute, that fan should cut off. Yeah, see, I told you I thought it would cut off. MIG lead goes here, and if you're doing gas, ground goes into ground, and then this wire coming from the machine goes into positive. This will also do lift TIG, like I said, and stick. It did come with a stick lead, but it did not come with a lift TIG torch. I don't know why welding machine companies do that, but pretty much all of them do, I guess. But if the machine will do it, it should come with it, you know? Even if you got to charge a little bit extra for it, for the TIG torch. But unless you're getting a TIG welder, most welding machines, if they're MIG, but they will also do lift TIG or TIG, they don't come with a TIG torch. I don't understand why they do that. In my opinion, if the machine will do it, it should come with it. And usually when you buy a machine, now, I didn't buy this. They sent it to me to review, so I want to get that out in the open. But usually when you get a machine, they come with at least one. Some of them even come with two spools of wire. They're the small 2-pound spools, and usually it's a spool of flux core and a spool of solid wire. This machine did not come with either one, so I had to use my own wire, which is fine. I have wire, but my other two spools of wire is 3.5. This one's 3.0, but it was in my other machine, welding machine, so I had to take it out and put it in here. Anyway, let's get over there and see if we can do some welding with it. Got thin right here. I'm going to weld here, maybe on that side, and I'm going to weld on this side of the thick stuff. Really hate to waste the good thick stuff, but it is what it is. And I don't have my gloves on, but here's the one I was talking about, this pieces welded together. You'll see it when we get done. So let's do it. Now, I'm going to weld on these first, and I'll have to turn the machine down to weld on this thin stuff. So let's do it. And I also don't know how well you'll be able to see with me being in the way, but it is what it is. All right, and let's put a little bead on this bigger one. Let me do some adjustments on the welding machine. This thing welds pretty good. Let me try a pull. I'm gonna go from here this way to the left. Not too bad. Try one more. I'm going to see if I can get down inside here. Now let me turn the machine down a little bit and hit this thinner stuff. See what happens. All right, let's try this. These are old. They've been sitting out. They probably got moisture on them, so they might not weld too good or at all. But we're going to try it. We'll try it over here. Let me just try to run a bead right there. Not actually welding anything together. Don't look too bad. Let me turn this down some more. Okay, 7018. All right, I'm gonna try it one more time with the machine turned down just a little bit. All right, I'm going to show you some of these welds I did. Let's see if they ain't too hot still. Started out over here on this side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Turn this way a little bit, maybe you can see it better. Started out over here. It ain't too bad. Went to this side. Let's see. Maybe you can see it better like that. Went to this side, that's a good one. That's 7018, I believe. Then right here was the 6013. Just welding on, you know, just putting the bead down on the flat stuff. And then here's the 7018. Yeah, it's crooked. Whatever. The rest of them ain't. They did pretty good. Let's see. Forgot to show you this. I about forgot where I welded on it now. Welded on it right there. As you can see, I kind of got off course a little bit, and I welded on it on that side. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see in there. Like I said, you just have to play around with the adjustments, get them set exactly where you need them to be set, and maybe even read the book a little bit more than what I did. I just got it out of the box and hooked it up and turned it on and started welding with it. So, appreciate you sending it to me. It's a good machine. If anybody wants to get one of these machines, check the link in the description. You'll be able to get you one. It's an awesome machine. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned, but this machine will also do a spool gun. So that's pretty good. It hooks up right here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Probably ain't gonna be able to see it underneath the thing, underneath this. But the connections here hook up right here. Right now I got it hooked up for stick welding because I was just stick welding with it last. It does pretty good. It really does. Considering the welding rods was bad, old, whatever. But the MIG part of it, it works really good. You got a bunch of different modes, material thicknesses, wire diameter. I think I went over this already. The stick, TIG, MIG, SYN, whatever that is, but it's MIG. Then spool gun. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but then it goes back up to stick. And you got gas. It tells you, I think you got to have it set on MIG. You see it's on CO2. Now it's on mix. I don't know if you can see it switching right there or not. See, it says CO2. Now it says mix. I think it was set on CO2 when I first started welding, but I noticed it and switched it to mix. Then there's your 2T and 4T. What that does is when you're welding, you pull the trigger in, the wire feed will start coming out, and when you let go of the trigger, it stops. With it on 4T, it don't. You pull the trigger in, you can let go of it, and it'll keep welding. The wire will keep coming out, and then you pull the trigger in again, and it stops. Like I said, whatever the machine will do, it should come with. Like the TIG, lift TIG, I can't test that because I don't have a lift TIG torch. Let me turn this off so to quit doing that. Like I said, if you want to get one of these, check the link in the description. You can pick one up. I would appreciate it. They're really good machines. And it's a 60% duty cycle, in case I forgot to mention that, which is about typical with these inverter type welding machines. This seems to be a pretty good machine. Hope you liked it. That's the review of this welding machine. It's the, what is it? MIG200 by Sefaspe. I think that's how you say that name. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.